the first card you have, you pass the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, obviously this is the card of work, and you are very work focused. You always are. Yeah, this has given me a little bit of a down feeling here. I'm not feeling too good about this. You know, usually when you're going through things, emotional problems or anything like that, you know, you really focus on your work, and that usually pulls you through things. But I think maybe this time you're going through something, you're struggling, and that really wasn't helping you this time. That's what I'm seeing. It was kind of really difficult. You know, just looking at this man, obviously he's working, but I think for the first time in a really, really long time, you might have been trying to concentrate, really struggling to concentrate. And I'm just looking at these coins, and they're all they're all the same. They're all in a row, so it's repetition. So I think you had some really difficult thoughts that were going around and around in your head. It just feels like you couldn't stop the thoughts going around and around. So to me, they look like, you know, obviously they're all the same, so it's repetition, same thought going around and around. And also, because they're circles, they look like they're kind of turning around to me, like wheels turning around. So I think that was what was going on inside your head, and you couldn't really concentrate very well because of that, and you couldn't sleep as well, I think, because there's a lack of energy here as well, I'm seeing. And yeah, I'm just seeing that you might have been waking up in the night, not being able to get back to sleep, with all these kind of repetitive thoughts going around and around. There's also a bit of isolation here, you know, because this man has his back to the town where all the people are. So you might have been isolating yourself as well. Not totally, but I think you just felt like, oh, I just don't want to be around people much right now. So quite a downtime, problems going around in your head. Okay, I actually think someone let you down. I think they let you down quite seriously, because you couldn't stop thinking about this. And I don't know if you're let down publicly in some way. That's what this feels like. It feels like, oh, I was let down, someone really let me down. Everyone saw this, or everyone knew about this. I really can't face people right now. That's kind of how it feels. I think actually also, I think you might have been planning something, and I think other people were involved in this thing, and maybe this person who let you down was involved in this. And you know, I think you're really let down, really upset, and I think you just wanted to be alone to really process that. You had to process what they'd done, and you're struggling to process that, and that's why you're struggling to concentrate. That's what I'm seeing. So if this is resonating, you're definitely going to move on from this feeling and all of this, because there's movement here. You know, you have the Chariot under this. I'm not seeing a physical move, but you're definitely going to remove yourself from this person who let you down, definitely. And there's something quite big ahead of you. It might be this thing you were planning. It looks like an event or something like that. I don't know, it was some big thing. And I think you would have included this person at one time. I think they were included in whatever this is. But they really let you down, really hurt you, and really made you feel really horrible in front of other people. I keep on seeing that. And so you're moving forward. You're not going to include this person in this thing that you're planning. It's like they're out. It's like, goodbye. I'm not going to have you here. Even if I have to do extra work, you are not in this anymore. That's what I'm getting in that card. So the next card you have, you pass the Chariot. So yeah, obviously moving on, and determination. You know, this is about determination. So whatever this is you're planning, or you might still be planning this, it's absolutely going to go ahead. You're not letting this person stop you. You're going to do this anyway, but you're not including them. You're absolutely determined. Look at this man's face. So I think you might actually have one last talk with this person. I don't think you have yet. Maybe you have, but I'm seeing one last talk with this person. I'm seeing a text message actually, or a few messages. You might not talk to them face to face, so it might be that, or it might be that you talk to them face to face and then there are some messages after that, but there's something to do with messaging here. Yeah, I'm seeing one last try. I'm seeing those words, one last try. So yeah, you're going to get your point across. You're going to do it as clearly as you can if you haven't already. It just feels really upfront, really clear, really transparent. And I'm just seeing you stating your expectations. This is what I expect. This is what I don't want. This isn't acceptable. And I think their answers are just going to show you that they're not listening. They're absolutely not listening to you, and they're just thinking about themselves. They can see things from their point of view, but that's it. And I think after this last chance, it's just going to be it. That's it. That's it for you. Yeah, and they'll probably try and come back to you with more arguments, justifications. I think they might have some advocates, people on their side, because I keep on seeing this. I keep on seeing this one last try. So people might be urging you to give them one last try. Yeah, it just feels like it. It just feels like it to me. That is it. Absolutely it. This man's determined. He's moving forward. So I don't know what stage you're at with this, but yeah, there's a definite ending here. You might even block this person. You might just have had enough, especially if a lot of people are coming after you, if they're talking to people and then they're coming saying, oh, talk to them again and all of that. I think you're just going to be exhausted of this whole thing in the end. That's what I'm seeing. But yeah, it's the end in your head, and it's the end emotionally in this card. It's like, no, I'm moving on. Okay, so the last card you have your pass, the Four of Cups. Yeah, here it is again. So I know this is specific, but yeah, this is what's here. So yeah, they're going to offer you these kind of explanations, justifications, but I think they're going to sound like excuses to you. And I don't think there's any apology here. There's nothing like that. And they really should apologize to you, but I'm not seeing that here. They might even try to turn things around onto you. But no, you're going to be like this man. You're not accepting them. You're not accepting what they have to say. I don't think you even want to look at this person. Yeah, and again, I keep on seeing this. Watch out for people who are around them. They have a lot of enablers, or I'm seeing at least two people who enable them. One main one, and there's another one, kind of a sidekick. Might be parents, might be family, I don't know. But there's one main person, there's someone else, and they're just going to they're going to keep on trying to convince you to talk to this person. It's like, one last try, go and give them one last try, go on. Just give them another chance. You've already done that. You've already done that by this stage. I think you've been through every stage that you possibly could with them by the time you get there. And you'll just be exhausted. You'll just be exhausted of this whole thing. You just want peace. And also you've got this thing you're planning and you just need to put your energy into that. So you just don't need that. You don't need to waste your energy on this, on talking to this person, because they're not going to apologize. They're not admitting anything, and they're trying to make excuses, and they're including other people as well to kind of gang up on you. That's what I'm seeing. So if that's all resonating with you, you're absolutely right to kind of put them behind you. Okay, so the first card you have your presence, the Hanged Man. So yeah, again, this can be about letting go as well. So yeah, it's everywhere. This letting go. You are letting go of this whole thing. I'm also seeing love here. It looks really amazing, actually. It looks like a turnaround. Because obviously this man used to be the right way up and now he's upside down. So he's turned around upside down. And yeah, there's someone here. I think they're away from you actually right now. There's a little bit of confusion here. I'm trying to explain this. It's a bit difficult to try my best. It's like, okay, so there's passion, and it's kind of bubbling under the surface. They haven't let it out yet. So there are definitely feelings there, but I think you were with this person in the past, and I think you tried and tried with them, and they tried with you. So there are a lot of mixed feelings, good times, bad times, a lot of mixed up things. It's quite a complex situation, I think. And there's some kind of move here that happened. I think they moved away or they went away or something. But yeah, this is a turnaround. This is them turning back around. And it's funny to see this here, because they might actually say, because I keep on seeing these words, one last try, over and over again. I've still got them in my head. So they might actually say to you, can we have one last try? You know, they might ask you. And okay, yeah, this is a bit strange as well, but I'll just say, you're going to think I'm so strange. I'm seeing glass. So it's like a great big window, a great big huge pane of glass. I don't know if you're looking in a shop window with them. It's some kind of reflective surface, might be a mirror. And I think you have this picture in your mind of this reflection of the two of you looking into this mirror or this glass. Or it might be them that has this memory, it might be both of you. And you or they or both of you, you saw yourselves in this reflection together, and you have this memory of the two of you in this reflection. And I think it was at a kind of a bit of an on and off time that you had this, you know, that this reflection was there. I think maybe it made you reflect on your relationship or them as well. It was kind of a pivotal time. I'm not sure whether things were going up or down at that time, but it's this picture you have in your mind, and I think, or they do. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing, some kind of a reflection of the two of you. But yeah, they're coming back, they're turning around. I'm not just saying that. I know it sounds like the classic tarot, oh, they're coming back. I know it sounds like that, but I'll show you how I'm seeing this. Okay, I'm going to show this to you. If you look at this man's legs, they're making the shape of the number 4. And the number 4 can represent, you know, coming all the way back around again, coming full circle, you know, like the 4 corners of the globe, 4 corners of a square, you go all the way around back to the start again. So that can represent that. So coming back around. Now, the other thing is his legs are red. So coming back around with passion. So they're coming back around to you and they have passion for you. And what's really interesting is he's wearing yellow shoes, and yellow's the color of communication. So with these shoes, they're walking back to you. I don't know if they're walking, but, you know, coming back to you with communication. And that's why they're coming back to you, because they want to communicate back around again. And look at what's near the shoes, leaves, growth. So they're coming back to communicate, and the communication is going to lead to growth between you. So that's how I'm seeing that. So I just wanted to explain that to you, because it's the old, oh, they're coming back to you, but that's what I'm seeing in that card. Okay, so the next card you have your presence, the Page of Swords. Okay, so yeah, you're just going to decide to completely move on from this person who let you down. And there are all these other people around this. They might be making you feel a little bit defensive, because they're all kind of talking to you, and this can be about watching and stalking as well, but I don't think anyone's stalking anyone. But I am seeing social media here, so just watch out for things that might be said there on some kind of social media platform or something, because I think there are probably going to be a few comments that come up and things like that, memes as well, because I think someone's going to, it's probably this person who you've moved on from, and I think they're going to say things like, oh, you know, really corny things, you know, sayings that people put up like, forgiveness is always the answer, you know, things like that. And it's obviously it's going to be aimed toward you, or whatever it is they're saying. And you're probably going to see these things and you're going to be like, oh no, here we go. And you know, I don't think you can block them, because I think, or, you know, even if you do block them, I think there are other people that might share these things or comment or talk or something, and then you get to see these things or whatever. So just watch out for how this might affect you emotionally if you see this, because yeah, I'm seeing all these kind of poor me sayings, poor me, I'm always the one who's left out. Oh, why don't they like me? And then people answering, oh, are you okay? Oh, yes, I'll be okay. So just be aware of that. You know, I think you are going to handle this really well. I think at one time you might have tried to justify your position, like this page. He's very defensive, but you're not doing it this time, because you've got the Chariot. You know, you're just moving on. You're just moving on. So anyway, just watch out for that, because these things are going to pop up, I think. Okay, so the last card you have your presence, the 7 of Wands. Yeah, again, I keep on seeing this situation. Try not to let this, when you see these little things, they might pop up on social media, people talking and commenting and all that kind of thing. Don't let it make you feel paranoid or worried about this, because they're trying to rope other people into the narrative. That's what I'm seeing. They've got this kind of narrative. They've got this kind of, it's almost like an agenda they want to push about how they're hard done by, and they're trying to get people to kind of believe this and all this. And, it might look like people are believing this, but, I don't think they are. I actually think the more this person puts out, the more tired and sick of this people are going to feel of this whole thing. And, because this card can be about battling something that's in your head, because we can't see any people on the end of these wands. So I'm not saying it's all in your head. I'm absolutely not saying that. It's not. But yeah, someone's definitely doing this. But if you're worried about other people believing everything that's being said, I just want to tell you that they're not. They're not doing that. It's not you versus a whole lot of people. It's not like what's on this card. And I just feel as if I need to tell you that, because I'm just getting this, someone feels really up against it, a bit ganged up on, and that's not the way it actually is. So I just hope someone gets to hear that. Okay, so the first card you have for your futures, the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so obviously, pages can be about messages. And yeah, so I'm looking at this card and the Knight of Pentacles together. So I'll talk about them together because I think they're related in this reading. So I think this is about this love connection, and they're turning back around again. I'm seeing that here. Now, I was seeing a lot of mixed feelings around this, and similar things happening here. I'm seeing a similar thing here. So it's really complex. So I'll try and explain this to you. I hope I can. I think in your past, when you're with this person, I think there might have been a difference between the way you saw the relationship and I think, okay, I'll explain this. I'm trying my best. I think one of you might have tried to put a lot of order or a lot of rules on this relationship, and maybe the other person felt that maybe they're a little bit young or carefree, or they just didn't want all these rules around them. It was like, no, I don't want all these rules. I don't want, you have to do this at this time, and by this time you have to be exclusive. By this time you have to move in together, and by this time you have to be this, and then by this, and like we all have to do this, and we all have to do, because that's what everyone else, might be that, I don't know, but there's some kind of rules. They didn't want these rules about them. I can't see whether this is you or them. It might be you that didn't want the rules, but one of you wanted more structure in the relationship and the other one wanted more freedom. That's what I'm getting. Now, I'm not saying the person who wanted the structure was controlling. I'm not saying that whoever wanted more freedom was totally non-committal. I just think that your lives were just at different stages at the time that this was all happening. Because if you look at this card, I'll just show you this again, how I can see this. There's this row of trees behind this page, and they're all in order, they're all structured, they're all in a little neat row. So someone's planted these trees with a very neat structure. It was, okay, I've got the rule, this is what it is, they're all going to be in rows. And the page has his back to these trees, so he's got his back to the rules, he's got his back to the structure. But he's still admiring the golden coin, so he's got his back to the order, back to the rules, but he still cares about you, because I think you're the coin. So, yeah, I think that's obviously where this conflict was. And I think it might take them a while to actually come forward, because you have this page who's kind of looking up to this coin, because he's kind of afraid to handle this coin. Look at the way he's holding it. And, you also have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slow card, but he's also admiring the coin in front of him as well. So they're both admiring this gold, and that's how they see you, as this kind of golden, beautiful, precious object. You're not an object, but I think you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, they want to connect with you, absolutely. They admire you. But there's a lot on their mind because of all this conflict that happened in the past, and it's probably going to take them time to actually come forward to you. I just feel as if I need to say this. yeah, if this resonates, and if you're thinking of contacting them, of course, do whatever you like. But I think there's a better chance of this working, if that's what you want, if you wait for them to kind of process whatever's on their mind. Because I just think their decision and their convictions, definitely, they'll be a lot stronger if this all comes from them. Because I think they need to process all of this, they need to think of all of this. And I think while they're in that process, if you step in and you say, oh, how do you think of this relationship? Do you want to get together? Or whatever you say, they might start to think, well, whose idea is this? Is this my idea? Is this their idea? And I think they want this to be their idea, which is understandable. So just step back, just let them process all this. And I think by the time they've come to the end and they've got to this conclusion, it's like, okay, I've worked through this myself. I've come to the conclusion. I know that this is 100% what I want, and I'm going to come and talk to this person. So it has to come from them. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So I just hope that makes sense to someone. Okay, so the last card you have for your future is the Ten of Wands. Okay, so yeah, this is a really clear message, and it's coming after the Seven of Wands. So it's about all of this situation with this person who you're moving on from. And whatever this is that you're planning, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So you're going to have to eliminate any stress, any of this gossip, any of these little talk that's going on, social media, anywhere else. Try and eliminate all of that, because you've got to really concentrate on planning this, organizing this thing. And I think also this person who let you down, I think they might have been helping you. They might have actually had a key role in this. And now that that's gone, you're doing a lot of this work without them. But it's absolutely worth it. Doesn't matter if you have to do all the work. You're better off doing that by yourself than having this person around you. I actually think, this is what I think, they might be kicking up some kind of a fuss trying to get you to talk to them again. Because I don't know what this event is, but I think there are mutual people that you both know at this thing. And I actually think it might look bad on them if they're not there. People might say, oh, where's so-and-so? Why aren't they here? And it looks bad on them. So like, oh no, let me continue, let me be in this. But that's really their problem. If they're going to treat you like this, then they can't expect to be included in things that you're planning. So that's just what I'm seeing there. And you know that you're absolutely moving on from this person. So yeah, and you've tried everything with them as well.